Sleepcast, Sleepcast, Sleepcast. Welcome to Ben and Brad's Chat Show. On this episode, we set the record straight on Milkboy. Sleepcast, 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 Sleep. Dude, what's up, man?
We're enjoying these fine Leinenkugel summer shandies, not a sponsor.
Oh, Leinenkugel, that's how you say that.
It's the first summer feeling day of the year, April 8th or 9th?
It's the 8th.
It's the 8th.
Yep.
73 degrees is what I saw.
Ooh, it's a hot one.
It's good weather.
That is good weather, folks.
Good weather, folks. First good weather of the year.
I hope you guys are all out there enjoying the good weather.
Coming up in 5, we've got the weather for you.
Welcome to WJLB. The weather is looking real ripe out there for some nice standing outside real good like that.
But first, here's Don with traffic.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Don here. Traffic's looking pretty normal, I guess. You know, it's a nice day out. It's a nice day. People are driving, trying to go to the beach. Back to you guys in the studio there, Craig and Bielson.
All right, thanks, Don.
Hey, Don.
All right.
Nice.
So episode 5.
This is a good intro.
Yeah. This is where we lose everyone.
Yeah, this is this is where everybody gets lost by us in general, I think.
This is just where people like click off and unsubscribe.
This is where people get worn out from us.
Right.
Just in regular life.
Our normal everyday behavior is what really drives people away from us.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had some banter you wanted to start today's podcast off with, right? I forgot what that was.
I do have some banter.
Let's banter.
Let's have
just
some
like
nice
the fucking
banter.
news.
Just like regular news.
Well, I gotta tell you, Chet.
No, dude.
Lay it down on me, Tom.
Dude, you were gone all week last week. I've been waiting till this podcast to air this out in front of you.
Let me sniff it.
You were gone last week, dude. Where were you?
I had to pet sit for my mom. She went on her first vacation in like 20 years.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah. The last I asked her before she left, when was the last time you went on a vacation? She said 20 years. She's like when I was a kid, like I think I was like 11 or 12, maybe 13. We went to Disney World.
That was the last vacation your mom went on?
But like she's got her kids and like a bunch of other family. There you go. There you go. You got it.
Did I get it?
There it is. You got a clean eye now.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13 and now so that was like literally 20 years ago.
Wow, that blows my mind, dude. Why doesn't your mom take a break? She just enjoys life.
I mean, no.
Oh.
I don't think she
just doesn't think about vacations.
I think she probably always thinks about vacations. She probably can't afford to take one.
That makes sense.
Yeah. She's a single lady. Got a dog and a cat to take care of.
So how was that?
It was both slow and fast. Like I felt the time not really moving, but before I knew it, it was over with.
Yeah. I feel like that's how just like going somewhere for an extended period of time can feel.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
Right. You never get into the groove of it.
And it's like it starts and it feels like, wow, this is really slow. And then by the time it's over, it's like, oh my God, that happened so quick.
I didn't quite have that. But yeah, I was like, thank God. Then I finally got home.
You left me alone.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
What was it like without me?
It just felt empty, dude. I mean, we're the fucking kings of the villas, dude. Yeah, I felt empty. I felt your shirt.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. But yeah, dude, it was just lonely here, man. I was just like, where's Brad? I would drive by where your apartment is at every day, and I'd I'd feel that you weren't there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're the kings of the villas. Like, I don't have my king. Where's my other king?
Yeah, I felt that.
How am I going to rule these fucking lands? These peasants? You're all peasants. We're the kings of the villas.
Yeah.
We're the kings. We're the kings. So that's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah.
Just kind of lonely and sad.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're back, I still kind of feel like there's a void.
I changed, man.
You're just not the same guy you used to be.
A week in that town will change you.
A week in any town will change a man.
I used to like the feeling of power.
No more. Ew.
Yeah, this has probably been on a lot of mouths.
That's gross, dude. Dude, you're probably going to get fucking rabies or something, dude. From licking that mic.
We're all gonna die.
We're the kings! We're the kings!
Yeah, so it was a pretty boring week for both of us. I it's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. It was just sad and lonely and boring.
Yeah. You know what days weren't sad and lonely and boring?
What, Brad?
The days when we made a bunch of short films. Say, Ben,
Ooh, yo.
do you remember when we made Milkboy?
Oh, I sure do, Brad.
Let's talk about making
Yeah.
Milkboy.
Okay.
And now for a new segment I like to call Let's Talk About Making Milkboy.
That's going to be a recurring segment.
Probably not.
Well, yeah, man. You know, we made a Milkboy and when I was living over by like Home Depot and stuff. So that was 2013 is when we made Milkboy. It's like spring 2013. I guess
I
after that.
thought it was the fall of the year before that.
Oh, probably. That would make sense.
I feel like we were editing it
You're right.
like in like February, March.
We finished it in 2013. Yeah, we shot it. Shot it in 2012.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't figure out how to put it together.
Something like that. I mean, I don't really remember.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Let's just start at the beginning and we'll go through all of Milkboy.
Okay.
First off, in case somehow someone's watching this and doesn't know what Milkboy is.
Yeah.
Milkboy
okay.
is like our highest viewed narrative short film.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, right?
I think so, probably.
I mean, the skate doc has more views, but that's
a documentary.
a documentary.
Yeah.
I think Milkboy has the most like organic views of our narrative. And that's like 10,000 or 11,000 or something last time, which is not very many views.
Right. In the grand scheme of YouTube.
But for our little pocket, for a little short film like that,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely, I think it definitely captures people's imagination.
It captures something. Our first response after a stranger watched it. Do you remember what that was? I remember what it was. Do you remember?
No, what was it?
I forgot what his name was. He had a beard. He was kind of older.
In class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. What'd they say?
I forgot what his name was. We just said, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, because that was like right after like the credits started rolling or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember who that was.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about what Milkboy is. Now let's talk about what Milkboy was.
Well, okay, so here's how I remember it.
Yeah, this is your baby.
I was in class. I was at WCC and I was taking the American film class at WCC.
Yeah.
And it was probably earlier in the semester or something, but I was taking that class with Garrett Sammons. You know him?
Yeah.
And we were sitting next to each other.
The film as Gary Samsonite.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully we're not
blowing up the spot.
His address is.
So we were in this class and we were watching like all these old short films, like silent short films, like black and white stuff, you know?
Right.
And I remember, I still don't even know what it's called or where to find it anymore. I've tried looking it up in the past because I wanted to see it again, but I never found it anywhere. But it was essentially...
You could probably ask Dan.
Yeah, that's true. But
If you really want to know.
yeah, exactly. It's like if I cared enough, really.
Right.
But it was this dog in a town, and the dog was delivering milk, like rolling around on a little cart. And the dog
he had his own cart. He wasn't just like running around with like a 6-pack of milk in his mouth.
No. The dog had the dog was like a horse dog, and it had like, it had like a thing
Kind of
on
like
it.
a carriage.
It had like a carriage attached to it.
Oh, so he had like the full on like harness thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And dog had carriage, but the carriage was like carrying this giant thing of milk. Like it wasn't even like, I don't even think it was like bottles of milk. It was just like a vat of milk.
Like a big old wooden box of milk.
Basically,
you could just like pour out
something like that. Yeah. And this dog would just stop by people's doors. It was like the milk dog, and like people would come get milk from this dog or something. And it was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that is so weird.
So you two are sitting in this theater and you see this.
Yeah. And then I leaned over to Garrett and I go, I have an idea for a short film.
And what did he say?
And he was just like, okay. And I told him about it because I came up with the whole thing basically like right there after we were
You dumbass.
How about for do?
Yeah, baby.
And so, but yeah, that was kind of what inspired it. I just saw this dog carrying this milk and I thought, okay, so what if it was like a guy who was sick and he was like delivering milk to people door to door, spewing milk out of his mouth.
So the idea that he made the milk in his own body.
He made the milk inside his body.
Was the original idea.
Yeah, that was the first idea.
That's the first thing that popped in your head when you saw this dog wagoning around a carton of milk.
Well, you got to understand where I'm at this point in my life. I'm like, it's probably Tuesday morning.
Okay.
I'm probably like jacked on like coffee, like sugar and coffee.
You're probably at Red or Monster at that point still. Were you still on the Monster kick a lot?
I don't know. I don't know specifically what I was on. I had a lot of sugar in my body.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Right.
So I'm buzzing hard. I'm buzzing hard in this theater, man. Watching this dog deliver milk. And I'm just like, it just
a vision.
showed up. It's just vision. Yeah, I was like hallucinating.
Yeah.
But on sugar.
And so you told Garrett this whole idea that it was some dude that was going to be spewing out milk and delivering it to people. What was his response to that?
I don't quite remember, honestly. I think he was supportive of it.
He didn't get it, but he thought, like, okay, that's a funny idea. That type of thing.
Yeah, it was something like that. I mean, like, I don't think either of us really knew where it was going to go from there.
Little did he realize.
Yeah. So, and that was pretty much the inception of that whole idea. And that was probably like Tuesday.
Yeah. How long after that did I find out about the idea? I feel like this whole thing kind of came together pretty quick, if I'm remembering right?
I mean, we shot that like that Tuesday. I thought of that idea, and then we shot it like that Friday or Saturday night.
Okay, so like that Thursday we got together.
Probably.
Because I think we did storyboards, like real rough storyboards the night before, right?
Yeah.
And kind of like hashed out.
I feel like we did that. Yeah, I feel like we did that. I probably told you about the idea at some point shortly after that. And then I remember us getting together and like fine tuning the script and doing the storyboarding.
Yeah, I feel like we did that at your apartment.
Yeah, I remember us doing that.
Oh, and then we shot it on Saturday.
And we shot it on Saturday because like we spent all day kind of like getting stuff together and doing my makeup and everything.
Right. We had to run out and we were going to do 40s.
Oh, was that what we were going to do?
I think we were going to have a 40 instead of anything else. But we couldn't find a 40.
So we got a bag of wine.
Box of wine.
We got a box of wine.
A box of a bag of wine.
A box with a bag of wine in it.
Yeah, with a spout.
So, yeah, and I mean, I guess just for context for the podcast, I can just kind of go over sort of briefly what the story is so people know who you are in it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
explain it all to me.
So, here's the story.
If I had never heard of it.
So, Milkboy, it's about basically this gothic future in the South somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say we thought of it was a Southern Gothic, right?
It's a Southern Gothic tale about a diseased man who's a milk boy.
But this is like normal in this universe. This is a normal
thing, yeah. This is a thing that there's milk boys everywhere, and milk boys are just sick people that deliver milk door to door.
Yeah, just
That's
like
their
a different
brother
neighborhood
disease.
milk boy.
Yeah, exactly. So I play this neighborhood's milk boy. My name's Milkboy,
Yeah,
and I go deliver milk to your apartment.
right.
And you, Brad, played Slick.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't really have a name in the. Well, I
No.
guess maybe Adam did call you Slick at one point. I feel like maybe not.
I don't know if
I don't know
it's
if we
ever
ever said your name, but
I don't think anybody ever
character was
says any
supposed to be
names
named
other than
Slick.
Milk Boy.
Yeah,
And I say Mr. Boy, Mr. Cowboy, but I don't think that was his name.
Mr. Boy, Mr. Cowboy.
What was his name? What was Adam's name?
I don't remember.
We didn't really
I don't
think
think
about
anybody
names.
had names.
It was just Milk Boy and
Yeah.
these other people were involved.
But you were always like Slick. That was like what we called your character. It was like you're Slick.
Okay. Yeah, and then I had my hair
And you
slicked
had
back.
your hair slicked back, and you took your glasses off.
Yeah, I looked real slick.
And like you're supposed to be just like this belligerent, drunk Southern guy
Yeah.
who just has a lot of issues.
Yeah, I remember
You're easily the most disturbing part of the whole thing, even though I'm the one who's like spewing milk.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, your
How'd that
character's
turn
just
out?
like you're just an evil guy.
I think I spent the night before we shot dirtying up that t-shirt too. Like I used
Okay.
old coffee grounds and
I remember that. Yeah.
What did I use for the red? It might have been like other wine that I spilled on it on purpose or something like that. But
Kinda
yeah,
remember
I
that.
just made him real dirty. Did we decide that he was dirty or did I just decide that? I
don't
forgot how that
remember.
went.
I don't remember.
It was just some like belligerent guy as
I
far
mean,
as I
I think
remember.
we knew. Yeah, I think
He
we
was just
knew
like
that
a
you were just
gross
supposed to be
person.
some kind of gross guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just,
That kidnapped me.
yeah.
So that's what happens. So I go deliver milk to your door, and you're this like nasty Southern guy who's just like screaming and everything. And then you basically just take me into your apartment, kidnap me,
Yeah.
have me make milk for you,
Right.
and then people are looking for the milk boy because they're not getting milk.
Yep.
And
'Cause I have you.
Adam Johns, his character comes up to your door and is like, "Where's the milk boy?" You know, you're kind of hiding him away.
I got no milk boy up in here, mister.
Which leads to all the infamous the lines that you spew in that scene. That's like the best like interaction scene ever.
Did we write those lines? You wrote some. I feel like you wrote them. You wrote You're Milkless, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, that was definitely in the script. Yeah, I remember that. But
The Mr. Boy, Mr. Cowboy was a flub. I didn't mean
Yeah.
to say Mr. Boy.
yeah. What do you say? You're just kind of like, I ain't got no milk here, boy, Mr. Cowboy.
Yeah, I just kind of stuttered
That was so good.
because I was actually drunk on real box wine.
So yeah, I think that's probably. I mean, that should really be the main focus of this retelling of Milk Boy was the fact that Brad was actively getting drunk while we were shooting Milk Boy
Right.
off bagged wine.
Well, the script called for him to be like a drunken idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it called for him to drink during,
Yeah, I think that was
The-
something
the
we
thing.
decided.
but we decided he should drink on camera. And we
Right.
were going to go and get 40s to do that. We
Right.
couldn't find them. We settled on a box of wine. And you can't see the volume of liquid in a box of wine
Right.
because it's a bag inside of a box.
Right.
So I don't know. I was just in the movie you see me pour out of the box into my mouth,
Yeah.
and I don't know, at least once
That's
in the
right.
movie.
Yeah, you're just carrying around the box.
I held on to that box of wine
That's
for a
right.
good solid like 4 or 5 hours at least, I
Yeah.
think, just doing that like the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, we basically spent that whole day just kind of like prepping for and then doing that shoot when it got dark out pretty much.
Yeah, what time was it when we finished? I feel like it was fairly early still. Like
Yeah,
it was
it was-
before like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I remember it was still pretty early because I remember just like, honestly, I just remember when it was over, I was so fucking exhausted. And also, I was just like, I'm so glad Brad's not here anymore because you were just like so in character.
I was
You were like,
slick
you were
that whole time.
actually like
Belligerent.
for real, and you were like really being that character. And I was like, which is great because it turned out great in the movie. Like the character really comes through really strong in there, but
Yeah.
like dealing with you in between takes was just like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, give some context to that. How was I acting?
Oh my god, dude. I mean, like, so Brad's character in this thing is just like loud, belligerent, drunk Southern guy. So in between takes, like, you just weren't. You would like refuse to listen to anybody. Basically,
What I would still do
You
was
would still
requested.
do
I
it.
just
You-
gave attitude, which is kind
you
of how
gave
I act
so
all
much
the time.
attitude. Well, it was just more. It was so much
Amplified.
more than that. Yeah, it was just like you're just constantly telling everybody to fuck off, and that
Yeah.
it was kind of like just like a fucking nightmare, dude.
It was
But
fun though.
It was super fun. Yeah, it was like the end result. I think was just like awesome. But
Yeah, I remember it was like a fun night.
The whole night. The whole.
At least
the whole
I
time
thought it was fun. Probably not for everyone.
It was fun. It was fun. But I just
Yeah.
remember how exhausted I felt afterwards. Like after you left, I was just like, oh my God. Thank God.
It's
Brand's
quiet
not here. And I was
finally.
like, God, dude. Like,
I wonder how much your neighbors heard.
dude, I mean, those were thin walls in that apartment building. Like, I'm
Right.
sure they heard a lot of crazy shit that they shouldn't have been hearing.
Yeah, but then there was like those dudes that were probably selling weed on your doorstep the whole time.
The
So
weed
like,
guys.
yeah. so they can't really say anything.
I do remember also after the shoot, it was early enough that whatever wasn't finished in the boxed wine, I remember I like chugged like 2 giant glasses of that boxed wine like right after everybody left. It was just like
Oh, damn.
unwinding, you know, it's just like boom. And I like just drank a bunch of wine and I got like really, really fucked up.
Yeah.
I got like drunk really quick and then I like
Yeah.
passed out hard and I was just like, shit, dude.
Yeah,
Man.
that stuff gets to you.
Man, dude, Milkboy was so cool, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the filming process then, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, yeah, it was like just I think the marvel of that production is just the fact that it like was incepted and then we finished shooting it in like less than a week,
Right.
which is like pretty cool.
But it took us a long time to edit it.
Yeah, it took a long time to edit.
Well, it took a long time for you to edit it, I should say.
think I don't like honestly, and I know like the shooting of it was kind of like all over the place and everything. I don't really remember having that hard of a time putting it together. I think I just was like putting it off for so long because we weren't doing it for anything. I mean, we just made that off some random shit.
Right. We turned it in for some class project, but we'd already filmed it and
Yeah.
all
It
that
was just
stuff
kind of
before
like,
we ever got an
oh,
assignment.
Let's turn this in for a project.
That way we don't have to do extra work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's really what we did.
Right.
And I was just like,
Oh, I feel like there was like 1 or 2 very important chunks that were in the story that would have made it flow better.
like what?
I don't know. It looked like you just saw something. But like, I don't remember what they were. But like, I remember when it came to the editing process, it was like without them, it was like, oh, how do we jump from here to there? Like in particular, I think one of them was the door scene that I think is awesome now, but I don't think we intended that. Where the door
yeah.
just like it's clearly just shuts by itself or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that wasn't intended to be in there. Like I feel like we had a different idea for that, and then because we didn't film something, you couldn't edit it in the way that we had thought of it originally. We left it like that.
I actually think we did film it like that.
That was
Because-
intentional then?
Because you walk out of the door with all the paper airplanes.
Right.
And then
Then
the
Adam
door
comes
shuts,
in.
then it shuts by itself.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, and then Adam pops right back in.
So it was written to just the
I think
door
we
mysteriously
shot it like
shuts?
that. Yeah.
I
Because someone
remember
was
that there
waiting.
was.
Because someone was like waiting there, like shutting the door after you left, like opening it and shutting it.
I remember that there was something that we didn't have in the edit, and it like kind of screwed you up.
I don't know, dude. I really, honestly, I don't remember having a problem editing that.
I've been saying for many years that you like.
That I pulled this thing together, like it was this miracle thing.
yeah.
I don't really think it was, honestly. I
Why
feel
didn't
like
you
it came
stop me before?
Why did I stop you before? I mean, it makes sense. It would make sense that
Yeah.
something like that would be hard to put together because it's just kind of like it just seems like
so
a shit
bizarre,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like let's talk about how the editing process actually went. Like I think you came to me with a pretty rough draft,
Yeah.
and then like I sat on the floor and like watched you edit for hours and just telling you how to change things, probably annoying the shit out of you. I was probably like the worst collaborator to work with on this whole thing.
I don't
Being
even
a
remember
belligerent,
that,
drunken
honestly.
asshole and like telling you how to edit. Like I was backseat editing.
I don't remember that either, honestly.
No, you were at my apartment.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the floor like, you should change this. You should change this. You should change this. And it was like the night we finished it.
Oh, really? See, I remember being at your apartment when we were finishing doing the credits for it. Was that the same night?
Yeah. Like we made final tweaks to the final thing that night too.
I really don't remember that. I just remember doing the credits with you, but I don't remember the actual like editing it with you.
Yeah.
I remember only editing it for like one night. There's only like one night that I remember editing it, and I remember just doing it in my apartment. And I was like, this looks like shit.
Yeah. And it still does, but like in a good way.
It's really not.
It's not a
great
pretty
of a
looking
production.
film, but like it still looks good.
It looks cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It like doesn't look great or really sound great.
It looks dingy.
yeah.
And it feels dingy.
It feels like it should.
And it sounds less than stellar,
Yeah.
but it kind of fits the vibe, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it all works.
Yeah.
It all works. It's all just kind of like weird, and none of it really makes sense. So I guess we could have really done
Yeah.
anything with
Yeah,
it.
it's so bizarre that it all does just work kind of
Yeah.
naturally.
We could have cut that, I feel like, in any number of ways, and it probably still would have made sense somehow.
Yeah. Say we finished the edit and we turned it in
finished
for
the
a
edit.
school project.
Yeah.
The first response was, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck? Many other responses to follow just include like, it made me sick, like it made me
Yeah.
want to throw up. I feel like I hear that from people more than anything else. It's just like, that's really gross.
Yeah.
I can't watch it. It's the
Yeah.
nastiest thing ever.
How does that make you feel as the person that thought of it? Like people are saying that your idea like literally makes me feel like I'm gonna puke.
It makes me feel like, it does kind of make me feel like we did a good job.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling too.
It's like, it like got something out of
Yeah,
somebody
it
that
gives
like,
a real reaction to people.
yeah. I mean, I didn't really think it was that gross when we were doing it, honestly.
I still don't really find it that gross. I mean, like the grossest part of it, I would say, is the sound of the milk.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. But other than that, like I don't feel like the rest of it's gross. It's unpleasant, but not gross.
Yeah, it's unpleasant. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody thinks it's like cool and just kind of nasty,
Yeah.
which I feel like is like, that seems like, it feels like we did our job right.
What class did we turn that in for? Do you remember?
I think it was for portfolio.
And that was Matt's class, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what his reaction was? I remember what Dan's reaction was.
Yeah, Dan still loves it.
Right. What was Matt's reaction to it?
God, I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
I think he liked it.
Yeah.
I think it's generally like favorable amongst the people that we know.
I think it was more, I don't think anyone came out of it liking it.
Hmm.
More of like, what? Wow, what was that? Like
Yeah.
more of just like a dumbstruck.
Yeah, like it does. I feel
It
like,
sticks with you whether you like it or not.
yeah, I feel like Milkboy is just like, there's so much about it that's so specific to it.
It's only 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it just feels like, I feel like Milkboy genuinely feels like it came out of nothing. Like it feels like it just kind of was like there's no, like, it just, it's always been, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know if I know what you mean actually. What are you trying to say?
Like it just feels like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's cool because it's like, it just is so specific. You know what I mean? Like
There
everything,
really isn't not anything that I've ever seen like it.
everything about it is just like so like, and I feel like that's what makes it so cool too, is like there's so much little stuff in it that's like kind of like, yeah, like the whole thing is like this guy's spewing up milk or whatever, but it's like you got all these different characters. Like there's drama with the milk boy getting kidnapped. There's your whole paper airplane.
It does feel like there's
scam.
a whole universe going on.
Yeah, there's like a
there.
whole thing happening that's like could have only happened here and like whatever this is, you know.
Like this is a very like its very own universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we could have told another story in that universe that could have been very
Maybe we should
the
revisit
same type
that
of
world.
thing.
Different characters, just same grimy.
Well, do you remember what we were gonna do for Milkboy 2?
Wasn't there going to be more Milk Boys or something?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I remember us talking about making it into like a road trip movie.
Oh, I don't remember the road trip movie.
I remember two things about the conversations about Milkboy 2.
Okay.
One was that you and I were gonna be on some kind of road trip.
And I was still slick and you were still Milk Boy?
Yeah, yeah,
So like nothing happened?
yeah. Basically,
end?
or like
Or
you
like
take
you
me
didn't kill
somewhere
me?
or something like that. Yeah.
Because I always, at the ending, spoiler alert, I always take it as like Slick is gonna get killed next.
It does kind of seem like that.
That's what I
yeah.
always interpret the ending as.
I always interpret it as like you become me.
Like I'm the next Milkboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I vampire bite you.
And that's
And
how
you become
men
Milkboy.
are made.
Yeah. Rabid milk boys.
Yeah.
And then the other idea was that it was something like somebody comes home from something, maybe it's you or whatever. And like I, as the milk boy, am kind of like strung up on the ceiling like a marionette.
Like that's where I store you so you don't like do anything crazy again.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm like on a series of like wires and pulleys. And I like fly across the room and I'm like shaking and convulsing and like milk is just like dripping out of my mouth onto my body while I'm
Are
like
you
strung
flying
up.
around because I'm pulling you around, or is that just literally how you move up there?
I don't remember
'Cause
that.
if you're on pulleys and stuff, it seems like I would be moving you around. Maybe
Yeah, something like that. But I
gotta
just remember this
keep
idea.
you on a leash.
Yeah, like something about me just being
Can't
like,
let you out of my sight, there, Milk Boy.
You're milkless. That's the big quote from that movie.
Yeah, well, I want to get to that, but like, is
yeah.
that the rest of your
Oh yeah, that's really all I got.
That's the rest of
just
the
me being strung
sequel
up
idea?
and like
I don't
convulsing.
remember that.
Really? I thought that was kind of a funny one. I thought that would be a funny gag.
Yeah. So after we turned it in for our portfolio class, then we figured out that the Broke Student Film Festival thing was going on,
Yep.
and
International Broke Student Film Festival.
which was free to enter.
Yep.
And it was outside of our small little community, so it seemed like a big deal
Yeah.
for us.
It was cool.
So we submitted. Was this the first year we submitted anything?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we submitted Milk Boy as well as like 3 other short films, I think. And
Yeah.
I think all of them got accepted, except for one. It was like Dead Meat maybe didn't get accepted,
Yeah, I could see that happening. I feel like Dead Meat. Yeah, probably.
but all of them got accepted.
Yeah.
So we didn't really think anything like, oh, well, if they're accepting everything, this isn't really that big of a
right.
deal.
This is not gonna be a big deal.
But we get there early
Mm-hmm.
because this is like our first festival.
Yeah.
Like we haven't done anything like this before.
Yeah.
And it's in an area that we don't know. So
Right.
it's just like we're fish out of water there.
Yeah.
And we're just like
At
these
Lawrence
2.
Tech, right?
Yeah. And we're just these 2 doofuses that have made a few short films. Don't really have any real anything going on.
Yeah.
We get there.
We're nobodies.
We're nobodies. We get there and people are shouting.
It's like a riot.
Yeah. You guys are the ones that made Milk Boy.
Everybody's yelling you're milkless at us.
Yeah.
You're milkless.
What's that about?
Dude, Milk Boy is infectious.
Yeah.
I think people really, really like take a liking to milk. I don't know, dude. It's like, I have no idea. I don't know what people see in it that really makes them like be like, wow. You know what I
It
mean?
does stand out somehow.
Yeah, it does stand out. It's weird. I mean, it's just weird, I guess. That's why it stands out.
It's pretty bizarre.
And like, yeah, that was cool though.
Yeah, it made me feel like a little bit of a celebrity. And that was like the peak of like our film, at least my filmmaking career around that same time. It's when all the awards started
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that was a pretty big time for me too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like I got some awards there, you got some awards there, and then the next year we both got awards at the
Yeah.
same festival. And then I think the year that you got an award there, I got my Emmy, and then the next year you got your Emmy nomination.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So all in that span of like 3 years, there was like 10 awards being thrown around at us.
Dude, we got so many awards, dude. I don't
Yeah.
even know where my fucking awards are now, honestly.
Mine are just in a box over there.
Dude, I was so proud of all those awards when we were winning
Yeah.
all that shit.
I wish I had a prominent place to display them,
Yeah.
which I guess I have this like TV shelf that I could fill in a little
That's
bit
what I'm
better,
like really like trying to commit to, like my next apartment is
but making
like
it homey.
making it homey. Cause like even the last time Garrett came over to my apartment, he was just like, I like how you got this look of like perpetually moving in going on in your apartment. I'm just like, I mean,
Thanks,
yeah.
I planned that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this is the look I'm going for. Looks like I'm always just moving in somewhere.
Right. I do the same thing though. I don't know why. I
don't
think
know why
it's
it is
mostly
either.
just because these apartments never look good. Like even if
Yeah.
you were to like deck it out, I think this place would always look kind of
Just like what it is.
shitty.
Yeah. Just look like a piece of shit.
Yeah. What were the kings of this place?
We're the fucking kings of this place. I take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
We're the kings of the villas, dude.
Well, anyway, to finish the Milkboy story
yeah.
up,
Yeah.
people at the festival loved it. Strangers quoted it to us. We had never met.
People from all walks of life.
And it sat dormant after that festival. It got up to like 500, 600 views on
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
And then for 2 years, 3 years, it just sat there.
People still liked it. People still were like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
This, like, we got people quoting the movie to us who had never met us
Still
before.
to this day.
Below 600 views.
Yeah.
You know, like, was quotable with like a very small number of people.
Milkboy is still being screened in classes at WCC.
Yeah, Dan still shows
Dan
it.
still shows Milkboy to WCC classes.
And now it's up to like 10 or 11,000 views because like it blew up on Reddit for like a day or a good half hour.
I remember
or something.
when that happened because I know the guy that did it.
Oh, you did it? You posted it?
No, I didn't. I know the guy that did.
Oh, right. Brad, right?
No. Some guy that I worked with at U of M.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he saw it and then was just like, oh man, this is awesome. And then posted it to Reddit and then it just fucking started going from there.
Weird.
And he like told me, he was just like,
Yo, I just blew you up, bro.
Yo, I just fucking posted your shit on Reddit, dog.
Why do you call you Doug?
No, I just said that. But yeah, and I was just like, oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. And that's about it.
And that, that pretty much brings us up to now.
That's
I guess
Milkboy.
that's why we are talking about it, is because it was kind of like a cool thing that kind of took on its own life.
Right. Yeah. It was like this just thought bubble you had during class one day. And now it's like
now it's
affected
this weird
people's
thing.
lives.
Yeah. People have been affected by this.
Yeah. That's
People
weird to think
that there's
about.
wrong. People think that there's things that are wrong with us.
Yeah.
There
You just see
is.
my ass crack in that.
Yeah, full ass crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot revealed in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot revealed in that. I think it definitely like also is like a testament to like your ability to like truly commit to a character though too. Cause I mean like I feel like I'm just the milk boy. Like I'm the vessel for milk in the short film.
Yeah.
But you are really sort of the lifeblood of it. You know what I mean? You're the guy that creates the energy
Yeah. I
and all
guess
the
that's
chaos
true.
in it. Like you're the figure that creates everything that happens in the story, basically.
I'm the majority of the lines, aren't I?
Yeah, you're really like the star of it. I mean, I think I'm
Weird.
only the star of it because it's named after my
Yeah.
character.
That's weird to think about.
But yeah, dude,
I'm not star quality.
don't say that. Of course, you're star quality.
Thanks, dude.
Dude, you starred the fuck out of that. Like you carried that short film, dude. If you didn't, if somebody else was in that role,
Yeah, they wouldn't have
been able to
the
pull
same.
And dude, and that's something that I love about you when you're doing that shit, dude. And like, this is something I feel like I talk to you about a lot when it comes to like performing on camera and stuff like that in short films or whatever. It's just like, you just have this like radical energy as that character. You know what I mean? Like you're loud and you're making it interesting.
Well, only as that character, if I remember right.
Well, yeah,
do I
but
do
I
that
mean,
with
like
any other characters?
that was like that's the juice. You know what I mean? Like that's
I see
what I'm
what you
talking
mean.
about when I'm like when I say that. It's
Yeah.
like you made that character like you made that character your own. Like that was really like you took it and you made that character real.
Yeah.
That character's got like energy and it's like yelling shit at people. That
He's got his life. He's got
he's
like
got a whole
character with an
life.
entire,
Yeah, exactly. And like you're just like you made it interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting to watch you in that because you're just interesting. You made the performance interesting.
Wow, I am good.
Wow, I am really good.
No, that makes me feel like I want to try that again. I haven't really. We acted together in the Great Parks movies, shorts,
Yeah.
but I haven't really done much more acting than that. Am I forgetting something?
I don't think so. Yeah, that might have been like one of the last things you acted in outside of Great Parks 2.
Weird.
Because you weren't really in Tambourine Strings.
No, I was strictly behind the camera. Oh,
You
I
weren't in
did.
that
I
at
did
all?
the cameo at the very beginning and the end, like the TV host guy.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like
That was just
a
really
quarter of a
quick.
day of shooting. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
weird.
You not into acting or something?
no one casts me.
Dude, I want to cast you in something, dude.
Dude, give me another juicy role. You made Milkboy.
I'm gonna write a part for you
Do it.
for a short film that's like really crazy.
All right. Milkboy 2.
Milkboy 2.
Milkmen.
No, dude, it's gotta be something different, dude. You'll be able to.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something. But like, definitely need to get you. If nothing else, I want to just get you on camera, just like doing some cool face stuff.
You talk about my face stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by my face?
You just like have really good facial reactions.
Yeah, like at the party.
yeah. Like
trapped.
you just react like, even in your just reactions to stuff, like it's just so too much. It's like, yeah, like nobody would ever like. I feel like when
I give TV reactions.
Yeah, or like you give like theater reactions
Oh,
where it's like
right,
way
yeah.
too big. Yeah, like I feel like when I do that stuff in people's short films where I like try to take it too big or whatever, people are always trying to tell me to tone it down. Or they're like being like, not that much. And I'm like, that's what's interesting and that's what's funny to me, you know?
Yeah, we gotta do our own thing then.
Yeah, I think so. Nobody can tone us down.
Let's bring 10 Hours back.
We're
Episode
coming back.
5.
Episode 5, baby.
The announcement. High five.
Yeah, that was good.
The announcement that we're gonna do something
Yeah.
someday.
Someday we're gonna do something.
This isn't
And
The
it's gonna
Last of
involve
Us.
his face.
And so what do you think of this episode?
I feel like this is a good one, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been going.
I feel like we can wrap this up, dude. I feel like we did a nice like oral history of Milkboy.
Yeah, I think that brings us current on everything Milkboy that I know of.
Yeah.
Did it get any other awards besides the International Broke Student?
I don't think so.
No? I couldn't remember if we sent that one off to other places too.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I don't think I knew anything about like Film Freeway back then or anything like that, really. There was like Without a Box.
Right.
But I didn't use that for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just didn't really think it was like award material.
Right.
So it just never
too
submitted
weird.
anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like one of our best ones, and we sent all the other ones off to try to get awards, and nothing ever happened.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway,
This was cool.
yeah, that's everything you need to know
That's
about
everything you need to know
Milkboy.
about Milkboy. Now go watch it.
Go watch it.
And
It's only
watch
3 minutes.
And watch everything else on our channel too.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
We keep losing subscribers.
We're losing subscribers. We know you guys want to see this. We know you want to see us together.
So if you unclicking the subscribe button, re-click it again to subscribe again and like the video and leave a comment below maybe.
Do we have any comments?
No.
Leave a comment.
Come on, Brad.
We're still just making all these videos for Brad. We made like 5 hours of content for Brad Finnegan.
Yeah, we have made like 5 hours of content with this show already.
For one guy.
For one guy. For you, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.